You ever feel like your work is just a chain of repetitive manual tasks? I mean, what if you could just build an AI assistant to handle all those complex, multi step jobs for you? Well, that's exactly what we're digging into today with Amazon Bedrock agents. So here's the game plan for this explainer. We're going to start with the automation problem itself, then define what these Bedrock agents actually are, see one in action, peek inside its toolkit, and then we'll wrap it all up with the key things you need to remember. Okay, so let's kick things off by framing the challenge here. We're talking about automating tasks that are, anything but simple. Yeah, this isn't your basic if this, then that kind of stuff. We're talking about real workflows, the ones that need to check a database, then talk to another service, and then make a smart decision based on all that information. And the reality is, a ton of this work is still being done by people, by hand. It's slow, it's expensive, and frankly, it's a huge drain on your resources. This is the exact pain point where AI is now stepping in to completely change the game. And that brings us right to the solution, Amazon Bedrock agents. This is where AI really starts to shine. Now, this is super important. An agent is not just a chatbot. Think of it more as a powerful tool that gives a large language model the ability to actually perform actions and execute tasks across your entire tech setup. So think of it this way. Instead of you manually trying to connect a dozen different systems together, you have a single intelligent agent that acts like the conductor of an orchestra, coordinating the entire workflow with very little human help needed. Now, I know that might sound a little bit abstract, so let's make it way more concrete. Let's use a classic example, a customer support request. We've all been there, right? We've all asked this question. It seems so simple on the surface, but answering it takes a surprising amount of work behind the scenes. Let's see how an agent tackles it. Okay, here's where the magic happens. The agent first dives into an internal database to retrieve all the order details. Then, it analyzes the shipping status, which might mean it has to call an external API from, say, a logistics partner. And finally, it takes all that information, puts it all together, and generates a clear, helpful response for the customer. And it does all of this in seconds. And this just shows you the night and day difference. The old way, the manual process, is slow and it's full of potential for human error. But the agent's process, it's instant, it's fully automated, and it's incredibly consistent. It's just a massive leap forward for both efficiency and for customer happiness. So how does an agent actually do all this stuff? Well, to understand that, we need to pop the hood and take a look at the core technologies that power it, what I like to call its toolkit. So there are 4 key features that make this all possible. First up is RAG, or Retrieval Augmented Generation. The easiest way to think about this is like giving the AI a secure library card to access all of your company's private data. Then you have dynamic code generation, which lets it figure out complex logic on the fly. API orchestration is how it talks to all your other systems. And finally, memory retention gives it the context it needs to have personalized conversations. So when you put all of these tools together, you're not just getting a standard language model. You are transforming it into a true, automated digital worker. It's not just generating text anymore, it's retrieving data, it's performing actions, and it's getting real work done across your business. All right, let's wrap this up and boil it all down to the most important points. If you're going to remember just a few things from this, make it these next 3. First and foremost, agents are built for complexity. They don't just answer a single question, they navigate an entire sequence of steps, and that fundamentally changes how we think about automating workflows. Second, a huge part of their power comes from retrieval augmented generation, RAG. This is the absolute key to unlocking your own company's knowledge, allowing these agents to securely access and use your internal databases and documents. And third, they are orchestrators. This technology really shifts the developer's role from coding every single little step to orchestrating these intelligent agents that can execute tasks for you. You're not the musician anymore, you're the conductor. Ultimately, it really all comes down to this. Bedrock agents give your applications a brain and a set of hands. They empower them with generative AI to not just think, but to do across all your different systems and all your data sources. So my question for you is, what's the first multi-step task you would automate?